Sup, cuz? Shabbat shalom. It's Friday night. How y'all feeling? I am tired. I have run amok for like a couple of months now. And I hit a wall the last couple of days. I think my adrenals are like teetering on a little bit dry. I have no more adrenal fluids. But yeah, so tonight at work was pretty low key, which is good. That was all I was pretty much capable of. I was at some point like so tired that like I went to put this girl's drink down and it just like slipped out of my tired like dead hand and spilt, but it did not run off the table. So no wet laps. Thank God. What a disaster. Yeah, so now I am in. It took me a while to get everything cleaned up and finished tonight. I'm pretty pooped, but I'm going to take a scalding hot shower soon and eat something good and get a good night's sleep. But before we do that, we have to talk about our message for the weekend. And it's pretty good, actually, even though considering we had 2 reverse cards. But do not shy away from the reversed cards because sometimes those reverse meanings are better or just different than the upright meaning, and it's not necessarily the opposite or worse than the upright. So first of all, we got Page of Wands, followed by 7 of Cups reversed, and then finished off with Ace of Cups reversed. Now, to start, Page of Wands can sometimes signal a positive news or a good message, or maybe you get a job that you were waiting on or something of that nature. But yeah, sometimes it's like a nice message from a friend. Sometimes it's positive news. Sometimes this represents like a very young and energetic person in your life that's affecting things. But I think for this case scenario, it might be a nice message or positive news. But I think what the deeper meaning is in the context of the reading is that we, in this new phase of our life right now, like when you up level, you're the beginner again. Like think about when you graduate high school and you go to college, like you're a college freshman again, right? All over again, a newbie. And so that's kind of us right now. We're the Page of Wands and we're looking out over this distance and we're like, wow, this is like very vast territory to cover here. And I don't see a lot of signs of life. And the page is like very energetic and rearing to go, and they're very passionate, but they're also like not fully mature in that role yet. So, you know, you might be feeling a little impatient. You might be feeling like you want to see the results of your efforts, but just know that, you know, you may be feeling a little bit like antsy and anxious, but it's okay because the 7 of Cups reversed means that you're on the right path, and don't let apparent obstacles like slow you down or stop you. Just ignore opposition. It's just part of the creation phases. So like in Kabbalah, one thing that was very helpful to me to learn was that we're always in one of 4 phases of creation. 1, 2, 3, or 4. And so the very initial phase of creation is the initial burst of energy in a situation and the excitement. And you kind of have like this passive desire because you haven't really worked for it yet. You haven't really put any skin in the game. So it's kind of like you're not attached either way, right? And so in creation phase 2, you're putting more and more effort in, and you are starting to realize that you're like really getting invested into what you're doing, but you may not be seeing the results yet, right? In phase 3, this is when you almost feel like you're starting to doubt that if you don't see any signs of anything coming at all, and you're starting to become even more challenged. And that's just a guaranteed part of the process, because once you push past that phase 3, that's when you get the manifestation. That's when the blessing comes through. And so when typically in my life, when I've tried to do things and challenges and obstacles have come up, I was kind of raised in a culture that thought, well, that just means that particular thing is not blessed, or that you shouldn't be doing that, or it's not you're not meant to be going in that direction, right? And so I took it as a bad sign. And it's not that I wouldn't persist through the bad signs, just in case. But after a while, I thought that it was just a sign to like not go any further. But that could be wrong, because in manifestation practice and in the creation phases, which are pretty closely related, there is just a point where we are challenged as the vessel, and we're tested by the light to see if we've created the vessel that can sustain that energy, that can maintain that manifestation, or to resonate with that, to be in affinity of form with our manifestation. So challenge is a good sign. It means that you're close. It's a test. It doesn't mean that you should give up. It means that you should just keep pushing forward. So don't get antsy. Don't get impatient. Don't short circuit before you are successful. See, there's signs of growth here already in your staff, and you have the power. You can do this. And so this Seven of Cups of reversed is saying that, like, we're on the right path. Don't be worried. Don't be confused. Like, just keep moving forward. There may be delays, but don't read too much into them. And be flexible and just keep moving forward, but don't get discouraged. And the Ace of Cups reversed is interesting, because the Ace of Cups upright is talking about a sense of renewal and a sense of new energy in a situation, right? That initial phase one of that fresh start energy, right? But in the reversed sense, the Ace of Cups is like, hey, you're tripping, like, calm down. Like, your ego is kind of triggered and or inflated, and you're being a little bit alienating, or you could be alienating to others. So maybe your energy is just being abrasive, or maybe it's just not resonating with what you want it to resonate with. So you need to just relax. The ego is always up to every trick it has up its sleeve to keep you safe and contained and predictable. And that's the defense mechanism we as human beings have developed over the last several thousand years to make sure that we survive. But if the ego had its way, it would just keep you like alone in a dark cave, like away from any threats or anything. So don't worry, just relax. Let go of expectations over this moment. Give yourself a little bit of slack and just keep showing up. And think less about what you want your dream to give you. Because when we're focused on, oh, I don't have my dream hasn't come true, we're so focused on what we think that dream is going to give us. And we are basically telling ourselves that we're in lack because we don't have what we think we want that dream is going to bring, right? So we need to be in a state of realizing that we're going to be the same either way. The dream is just the icing on the cake. Everybody has a base level of like their mood, and like, yes, as events come and go in life, like our moods temporarily will be better and worse. But overall, we have a base level of happiness, and regardless of come what may, like we kind of feel like that base level all the time. You can change your base level, but it's not the events that change that level of satisfaction or joy or fulfillment within you. It's the spiritual practice that you maintain, and you choose to create that inner landscape within yourself so that it will start, so that your life in your outer landscape will reflect that too. So just don't worry. I feel like I lost my train of thought there a little bit on the Ace of Cups reversed. I can't remember what I was going to say, but I will look at the notes in the book because it might jog my memory. Ow! I hit my knee. It was painful. Just breathe it out. Okay. I'm better now. Where are we? It's like, I've never been hurt on camera before. Okay, here, I'm going to read you the Ace of Cups reversed from Eileen Connolly's interpretation, which is always helpful, but it's usually very simple. Egotistical and self-centered. Let your ego now deflate. See how others then relate. Disgruntled, bored, or in a rut. Need for a change. New goals needed, lack of energy due to non-activity. Spiritual refreshment will give deeper insight. Allow the inner self to explore and find purpose. Need for balance. You love too intensely or not enough. Depression. Feeling unwanted. So, yeah, I think that we just pay attention to all of those feelings that are coming up and acknowledge them. And go deeper. What really lies under the root of those feelings, and what kind of patterns are arising because of those deeply embedded belief systems and patterns and all of that. And then just forgive yourself, forgive all the situations around you, and have compassion for, your needs and everyone else's and everybody's level of where they're coming at. And yeah, just allow for time and the universe and things out of your control to just fall into place and play out the way they do. And in the meantime, try not to be impatient. Try to just enjoy the journey and be here now and work as hard as you can on being diligent about showing up a little bit every day toward these dreams, and be consistent. Consistency is key. Be open, be flexible, and yeah, tune into your inner guidance and follow through on the hits and pings you're getting, all right? I am exhausted, because you can't tell. I'm like running out of gas on camera. All right. Well, I'm going to have some dinner, take a shower, and go to bed soon. Okay, you guys. Okay. I'll see you tomorrow for our secret sermon, Saturday night sermons. All right. Ciao.